We are back. We are live. We are finally on. I know we have a couple. Shoot, we had a few people waiting already. Um, so yeah, we are back. I didn't think it's been a long break, huh?
It's been quite the journey, but
Exactly.
it's great to see you again, Mike.
Great to
How
see
are you?
you as well. Doing good. It was a good little break. But I guess before we start, let's introduce ourselves before we start. I'm Mike Sandoval. As you know, you see me here every watch party. And of course, to my right over here.
Yes. Once again, it is me, the J to the E to the double F ray. I am the one and only Jeffrey Harris, and you're watching the MUSE TV Watch Party Moon Knight Edition. So, thank you everyone who's joining us, who will
Should we
be
go with
joining us.
classic jazz since it's the Moon Knight edition now?
Uh, I don't know if that's the right fit, but I like jazz music. Fun.
Hey, I would since it's the Moon Knight edition, might as well do something a little
You
bit
know,
more Moon Knighty.
do you mean
But
because it's like the moon, it's the night, you see some slow, cool jazz kind of thing?
yeah,
Like I get that, but yeah,
yeah, it's not for the show, but still.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, but it's good to be back. A lot of things have happened.
A lot's happened.
Mhm,
A lot's going on. We're going to be previewing the show. We're going to be recapping the show
mhm,
tonight.
yep.
Um, Anything you want to say about Scott Hall, the late Hall of Famer Scott Hall?
Oh
I
yeah.
know our wrestling show's on hiatus right now, but anything you want to say?
Well, I mean, it was kind of it wasn't shocking. It wasn't something shocking, but I mean, it was it's just the way it happened, especially since he was getting her hip surgery and that's the way he passes, which is kind of sad.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Mhm.
Scott Hall was a great guy though. Really amazing wrestler. And I've followed him since the younger days, since I was a kid at watching AWA.
Yeah, because that's where he got his start.
Mhm,
Had an early run in WCW as the Diamond Stud. Didn't
mhm,
really break out though until that run in the New Generation era of WWF,
yeah,
WWE as Ramon, where he really became a star, and he was definitely one of the top stars of the '90s. Kick started the Monday Night Wars. He is without a doubt one of the greatest wrestlers, of that era to never become a world champion as well. Like easily top five. Um,
that is true.
I'm sad when I read what happened to him. Sean Waltman said he was wasting away during
Mhm,
the pandemic, and apparently he had some relapse issues. The man had his demons and battles with substances. I like to think that he found some peace before he died with the Hall of Fame inductions and getting to acknowledge the fans and his peers and being able to celebrate his career. I hope he found some peace, and I hope he knew how appreciated and loved he was, because
yeah,
the fans did love and appreciate his work. Wish things had gone differently for him at his peak, but he was an unforgettable superstar, and I'm grateful for what he's given the industry. So, thank you, Scott Hall.
yeah,
Is
exactly.
I
And
really just have gratitude. Thank you, Scott Hall, for his body of work and all the great memories he's given us.
yeah, I mean, and we lost somebody close to us here at Muse, Taylor Hawkins, who was always
Yeah.
really cool to us whenever we talked to him, interviewed him. Really nice guy who passed away last week in Colombia. We did a little tribute for him on Friday, and hopefully everybody saw it. And thank you for going in and viewing it and sending your
So
messages. It was a
so
really
moving on to tonight's show.
yeah.
Let's see who we want to give a shout out to the chat. Marvin Zeke. What are
Great
you
to
most
see you.
excited for tonight?
A good show.
Slater the Spider, Ultron.
Ultron.
What should I even say? I
That
mean, I guess my cat's already out of the bag.
well, yeah, your cat's already out of the bag, so you kind of spoiled it for me too.
I didn't spoil it. I didn't do any spoilers. What are you talking about?
You let out your review, so everybody, if
Well,
you follow Jeffrey and what he does, which I know you guys do, you
okay.
know he saw it already.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Eh,
So did I.
but I did not leak any spoilers.
Uh-huh. But
Every
you
The review embargo lifted today. I did my written review, which you can read now at 411mania.com. Non-spoiler, by the way, so don't listen to Mike here, who's trying to slander me.
I didn't
But
say you spoiled anything. I just said you saw it.
okay, so yeah, I've seen beyond what we're gonna see tonight. But
Mhm.
tonight we are watching the first episode of Moon Knight. It is the debut. It is a limited miniseries. It will be the first of 6 episodes tonight.
Mhm.
So we know we're only getting the first episode tonight.
Mhm.
So this stars Oscar Isaac. So we have Oscar Isaac as Moon Knight, aka Stephen Grant, aka Marc Spector. We have Ethan Hawke as Arthur Harrow, who's the villain in this series. So Jeremy Slater is the writer and showrunner, and I believe who is the director tonight? I believe. Okay, so the director of tonight's episode, I believe, is Mohammed Diab. So that is what we're getting tonight. We're getting the premiere episode. Jeremy Slater is the writer, and we're only getting 1 episode tonight.
Yeah.
I on the other hand have seen 4.
Mhm.
After we watch tonight's episode, we are only going to talk about what we see in episode 1 tonight. We are not going to talk about spoilers of anything beyond the first episode, so do not worry. So
And I only saw the
yeah.
first episode. I didn't get to see all 4
Oh,
because here's the thing, because I wanted to make sure that at least I had
yeah.
coming into something and take a look since they gave us the 4 episodes. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna watch the rest of them with everybody else. I
And you did some great premiere coverage as well.
yeah.
Do you want to share that with any of our viewers right now, Mike?
Yeah, we did. We have put it up, which we shared already earlier. Interviews with Oscar Isaac and Ethan Hawke, really talking about. They seemed really excited about the show. I'm looking forward to. Well, I saw the first episode. I'm not going to tell you guys anything till afterwards. But first episode, Marvin. I gotta answer Arvin's questions. This how long is the first episode? It was about 50 minutes, wasn't it?
I think the first episode is 45 minutes, as I
Yeah.
recall.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was a good normal Marvel.
Now, would you also like to tell our viewers who are maybe new to the show and the watch party how we like to format things
Yes,
for
yes.
the
Since we're at
program?
11:36, and you know how Disney Plus is, they'll drop it at around 11:50, 11:51. So this is how the show works. We're doing a little discussion, talking, leading up to it, and then as soon as the show drops, we take out the video because of copyright reasons. We take out the sound, and we watch it together. As soon as that episode is over, we come back and we're going to be talking, giving insights, what we thought of the show, first episode, what we thought of the acting, all that other fun stuff. So that's the way it works out. And it may not last as long, the after talk, as the usual, because one person out of the 2 of us has to wake up really, really early in the morning to watch a movie that is coming out the next day. Well, 2 days.
Which is also a Marvel comic movie, right?
Yes. Yes,
People
it
might have
is.
heard of it.
I think we could say what we're gonna watch.
Well, I'm not. I got invited to it, but I'm not watching it.
Well, I'm watching it, and yeah, let's just play with a little bit. Yeah, vampire thing.
Yeah.
That's in the name. And I also have an interview with one of the cast members immediately, literally immediately following the screening. There's going to be an interview on Muse that we're doing. It's not going to be live. We're going to tape it, and then we're going to put it up in about an hour afterwards, after my first meeting.
But tonight it's all about Mr. Knight. It's all about the Moon Knight.
Yes.
Yes. But tomorrow, Mike is going to want to suck your blood. Blah, blah, blah.
around here that could go too many different ways, and I don't want to be, and I don't go that way.
Okay.
Um,
That's an early. That's
it's
an odd time. Yeah,
it's a morning screening,
like they
and here's the
happen
thing.
now and again, but
Mhm.
yeah.
And here's the thing. I have to go from where I live in San Gabriel Valley to the west side in the morning, which means it's gonna take me about 2 hours to get from my house to
Hmm.
the west side to go watch it. So it better be good.
I mean, I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you have a good time.
Yep.
Just for me, it was just a logistical issue, and I just couldn't manage it tomorrow just due to other work duties. Oscars.
Will Smith slapped Chris Rock. That was,
Mike, you have anything to say on this?
dude, why in the hell are you slapping? Like, it wasn't even a good slap. I saw better slaps in WWE this past week. Punch the guy. Like, if you're really, and look at, he was this is my thing. He was laughing when the joke was being said until Jada looked at him like, you better fuck him up. Sorry for that verbiage, but hey, we're at night. But but it seemed like as soon as she took a look at him, he was like, ah, damn it, I gotta do something.
I think Vincent D'Onofrio had a really good response on this. Did you see what it was?
Nuh-uh. I didn't see it.
I'll send it to you, but
And I agree with Ultron about this one. Will Smith was wrong for that because it's like your national television coverage, and it's like that is not, handle it off stage afterwards, not during the show.
uh, it's interesting that it seems everyone has an opinion on this and everyone's divided. I just don't want to. I don't really want to get too deep in the weeds on this because the whole thing is, I mean, it's embarrassing for one
Mhm.
thing. Um,
Well, let's see what happens tomorrow when the board of directors takes up the issue.
well, they've already taken up the issue, and I think I read it's going to take weeks to come to a decision.
Mm.
I don't know why you need weeks to come to a decision on this, but
Like 2-3 days, so maybe two
yeah,
weekend.
but
Mhm.
it's so weird because it's the night Will Smith finally won his Academy Award. That's had kind of eluded him
Mhm.
his whole career because over
Yeah.
20 years ago he got nominated for Ali.
Mhm.
He didn't get it for that. He had a few roles that where he was really looking hard for the Oscar, but he got it now, and just kind of puts a damper on that whole thing. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was a weird moment. Any thoughts on Triple H retiring from the ring due to his heart issues?
Doesn't shock me. Doesn't shock me at all. That
Well,
was the one thing that didn't shock me one bit.
I mean, especially after he had heart surgery and he almost had heart failure, and then he had a defibrillator installed, or
Manipulated.
yeah.
Yeah.
And not only that, his career was always already winding down.
Mhm.
So, and if you're a fan of Triple H and you're sad, like he's already in his 50s and he's way past his prime at this point. So he did wrestle quite a bit into his 40s, but it's not the worst time for him to bow out and call it a career in terms of his in-ring career.
Yep.
Uh so that but he is a father, he is a husband, so the good thing is that he's still with us now and that
Mhm.
he can still enjoy his life with his family. That's the important thing.
Right. Right. And and once again, if anybody has,
We are not spoilers, okay? We are not like some of the other reporters on Twitter and social media who we will not name who like to
can I?
spoil all the Marvel shows.
Can
We're
I?
I'm not calling people out.
Hey,
That's
can we put the credits of everybody who usually does it?
well,
Family Guy did it. If Guy could do it, why can't we?
I mean, I'm not technically you're in charge, so I'm not going to tell you how to do it.
Uh-huh.
I'm not going to do it though.
So I will let Slater the Spider. I will let Hannah know. Thank you for watching. Hey Han, we season one was not. Season one, I'll let you guys into something behind the scenes about it. Season one was not produced by us; it was produced by Hannah, and she had some great talent, great talk show so far. It's been really good. I can hardly wait till you guys see season two because we're working on that right now. And season two of Hey Han with Anna Fletcher is going to be, we're really plussing it up, and I can't wait for you guys to see it because we're already lining up interviews for season two, and we start production in June.
Okay, so to answer Darius' question, any actual Moon Knight in First Step? Well, the name of the show is Moon Knight, and we're gonna find out in a matter of minutes,
Yep.
Darius.
We're not going to
We're
say
gonna find out. I am one way or the other. I think we're gonna find out, right?
Yep. And I don't remember the first episode, so I'm watching it again like first like the first time.
Marvin, I probably will not be reviewing Morbius just because the screening is tomorrow.
Mhm.
I won't be going to the screening, and the movie comes out Friday. And Friday, I'm going to WonderCon to do a little bit of WonderCon coverage. Then Saturday, I'm going to Sonic 2, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, the screening of that, which is the afternoon. So I'll have back work shifts plus screenings. So it's going to be a jam-packed weekend. So I probably won't be doing Morbius on this occasion just because it's a logistical thing, and I want to see and review as much as I can, but I also can't do everything either. I'm
I
just one
know. I
guy.
know. I'm going to be at WonderCon as well, and this weekend's really busy for. Well, this whole week is going to be really busy for us
Yeah.
because we got that interview tomorrow. We have Paul Rodriguez coming in on Thursday afternoon. We're going to be talking to Paul Rodriguez. Friday's WonderCon, Saturday's WonderCon. We're still waking up that lineup, but guess where we're going to be on Sunday?
What's going on WrestleMania?
Nope, we're going to be at Paley Fest.
Oh,
And
right.
we have red carpet interviews with Superman and Lois, the series on CW.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about man. There's so much. There's so much going on,
Yeah.
and then we have. There's a lot going on just in Southern California alone, and then
Yep. And
the
thank you,
world
Marvin.
the
Really
world is
appreciate
waking back up.
it.
The
Mm-hmm.
world is coming. The world is coming back to life somehow. We've I feel like we've maybe turned a corner a little bit, and we're kind of gradually getting back to normal. We're not quite there yet, but we're working and getting there.
Yep. Well, for Marvin, we're asking, are y'all doing interviews? We are on Friday. We have a couple things and Saturday. I can guarantee we have that. We're just waiting for confirmations, which we're gonna get tomorrow. So there you go. So I got some WonderCon interviews. Do you?
Yeah. I think the main thing I'm doing Saturday is the DC Constantine House of Mystery premiere. I'll be doing something with that, and also the Funko Beach Fest
Mm-hmm.
are
Awesome.
the main things I'll be hitting up on Friday.
Yep. And before the show starts, Slater the Spider, his comment, MUSE TV does the best interviews. You're all good with actors. Here's
Yay.
I'm gonna give you a little insight on when I started this and why we are good with actors is because we want to treat them like people. And we want to have real conversations that if you walked into a bar or a coffee shop and you just happen to sit right next to us, those are the type of conversations we want to have. And that's why we've always kept that, and a lot of the actors like that, and we don't go into their personal lives. This is like their business and their work, and that's why we've had a lot of actors on here.
Jenna Ortega, I think she's a rising star, don't you think?
Oh yeah, I think
Between
so.
Scream, X got a lot of buzz.
Hmm.
I think there are big things ahead for her.
Yeah, yeah, I think so as well.
So we are just keeping an eye on the Disney Plus app, and once the episode drops on Disney Plus, we'll be taking a bit of a pause for about 45 minutes, and then we'll
We'll be back.
resume the watch party, and we will resume our discussion after we all watch the episode.
Yep.
Marvin, some interviewers are bad with actors. You guys do a really good job of not being over the top and making them feel inhuman. Hmm.
Hmm.
Very nice. Very nice.
Thank you so
You know,
much.
Mike knows how to do it. Mike knows how to hobnob and talk to these people and have a nice conversation.
You
You
know what?
know, it,
12 years in professional sports will do it. Like you see how people treated a lot of the athletes, and a lot those athletes became my friends when I was working in pro sports, and that's why didn't want to do
yeah,
that.
because you know, I can only imagine because some athletes are dealing with a lot of personalities, a lot of big personalities, but they're all unique.
Mhm.
And some can be very sensitive, and some can, be like cold as ice and let everything bounce off of them. So I can only imagine that that's sort of like a good way, a baptism by fire on how to learn how to manage those conversations.
Exactly.
See.
Exactly.
Yeah, the other cool thing is though, the other big change is now on Disney Plus we have all the Marvel Netflix shows. So now you
Uh,
can watch
And I'm
the
and to be
TVMA
honest, I'm
shows.
actually shocked
Yeah.
that now you have to go with the you have to go actually before you sign in now with the new with the Netflix Marvel shows coming on because of
Yeah.
what they show. And I'm like, and they didn't edit anything out other than the Netflix logo in the front.
But I think they did add optional pins and parental controls, but
Yeah.
I think you can opt out of those. Like I don't think
Yeah.
you need to use them. But
Yep.
so that's all on there on Disney Plus now. And you know what? I all
Here we
issues
go.
aside.
We're ready to go.
Okay, here we
Episode
go.
one is
We'll pick
on.
this up. We'll pick this up later. But yeah.
Exactly. Episode one's on. We're gonna be watching it right now. Get ready. We're gonna turn off the screens, turn off the sound, and we'll see you back in just a bit. Okay, we are waiting for Jeffrey to get back, and then we will start the conversation. But we could start now. If you have any, if everybody's back, we could talk about what's going on. What do you think of the first episode of Moon Knight? Marvel.
Hello, everybody. Back. Let's see what we got going on
Yes.
here. All right. So, finally, we've been waiting. This show was first announced at D23 2019. So it was like August 2019 we got the reveal of this show and it's finally here. So, just so everyone knows, we first knew this show was in the works before the pandemic. Think of how lovingly naive we all were back then. So that's episode 1, the goldfish problem. It was really like 45 minutes, the first episode.
Yeah,
So
really
yeah.
was.
Mike, your thoughts?
I'm so confused because I wasn't really familiar with the character before, so it's like I'm still learning. Even actually seeing it for the third time, the first episode, I'm still kind of like, how did this all come about?
I think Oscar Isaac was good casting.
Yeah.
I don't think Jeremy Slater was the right guy to write and head up this series.
Hmm.
And this is like knowing what I know about the character, knowing what I know about Moon Knight and Marc Spector. I I'm not crazy about how they did Stephen Grant. So they've totally revamped Stephen Grant for this series.
Okay.
Stephen Grant. So in the comics, Moon Knight, Marc Spector has these different identities and personalities. I guess originally he started using these identities to help with his crime fighting as Moon Knight, but eventually they became like multiple personality disorders, and he struggles with identity and who he is. Is he Marc Spector? Is he Moon Knight? Is he Stephen Grant?
Hmm.
Is he Jake Lockley? In the comics, Stephen Grant was his billionaire playboy persona. So he started operating under these different identities to assist with uncovering crime and the criminal underbelly to help with his work as Moon Knight. Stephen Grant was his billionaire playboy persona. So basically, he's acting like Bruce Wayne, Tony Stark, to kind of hobnob with the rich elite to, uncover criminal enterprises.
Mhm.
And then his other persona was Stephen Grant, who was excuse me, not Stephen Grant, Jake Lockley, who was a cab driver, to kind of, get closer to, I guess, the lower class kind of thing, and see, to get on the streets, so to speak, and find out, keep his ear to the ground, uh, I guess, to find out what's going on the streets, because I guess you can learn a lot as a cab driver.
Yeah.
Um, no other Marvel actor is going to appear in Moon Knight. So is it a good news? I think that's good news, because
Yeah.
I think just the idea that they want to keep this show self-contained and be its own thing, that I think is good. I think that's probably one of the better qualities of the show. But what do you think, Mike?
I like the way it's shot. I thought it was beautifully shot. I think Oscar Isaac is great casting. I was just a little confused because now that I know like the whole backstory, and after being told what Moon Knight was, because I never really followed the whole Moon Knight comics, so that kind of helps me a little bit more. It is that's why I was confused the first time I saw it. So, but I love the way it's shot and I love the way it looks, but I was confused.
And they're not, but I think one thing that they're not doing a traditional Marvel origin story here either.
Yeah.
Like the way they did this, it's like the origin already happened off screen and we missed it, and we're picking up after a lot of things have already happened with this character, and we pick up with Stephen Grant, where he's this guy, he straps himself to his bed, he's having trouble with sleeping, he has, things are happening to him that he doesn't remember.
Mhm.
um and that's kind of, some of that was kind of interesting, but I don't really like, I'm kind of put off by Oscar Isaac's personality as Stephen Grant here. I
Mhm.
think it was a bit too much and just a bit too goofy and silly for my taste.
Yeah. Ultron, when does this series take place, like in the Marvel timeline?
My understanding is it takes place after Endgame and after the resolution of Endgame, because there was a reference to, remember in Falcon and Winter Soldier, there was that sort of governing body that helps
Mhm.
people who were restored by the blip, or I guess the unblip or whatever. People who were blipped out of existence by Thanos and then came back. So there was apparently a reference to that governing body that helps like relocate and uh what is it called? The global.
The one that we saw in
Here we go. I got
Wanda,
it. I got it. Global repatriation council.
repro fuck. Now
Repa-
you got me, guys.
Sorry, repatri repatri
Repatriation?
repatriation council. Yes.
Yeah.
So apparently there was a reference to that in the show. So that puts this series sometime after Endgame,
Yeah.
somewhere.
So
So that,
Marvin, I
yeah.
thought it was a great episode, a little confusing, but I think that's what they wanted. Slater the Spider, this doesn't feel like Marvel. Haha.
Is that good or bad though, Slater? What do you think?
Yeah, that's what I'm curious what he thinks about that, if it's good or bad. Siddharth, how long the first episode is? 50,
Just about 40,
45?
no, 45 minutes with the credits and without
Mhm.
all the other uh extra credits
Yeah.
tacked on.
So Slater the Spider. Wait, so was he dreaming in those scenes?
I think he thinks he was dreaming and he's not sure, but I think where he's being chased by the people working for Ethan Hawke, Arthur Harrow, all that actually happened to him,
Mhm.
I believe.
Yeah, same here. I think they just play it off to make it look like, it makes you question if it's real or not.
Yeah. I think it's supposed to be weird and a bit trippy though. So that I didn't mind so much.
Yeah.
And
Um,
also, I mean, I'm not saying what's happening, but my feelings are also informed by the other episodes I've seen. So
yeah. Later the Spider, actually, I don't think it's bad that it doesn't feel like Marvel. It's nice, just different.
okay.
Cool.
What do
It's
you
just
think?
I
Okay.
do like the fact that the computer graphics look a lot better than what the like other shows have had. Marvel's been hit and miss when it comes to CGI on
I
television.
think WandaVision looked pretty good. I think Loki looked pretty good.
Mhm.
Now, you want Halo has a lot of problems with its visual effects. Have you watched Halo
Oh
yet?
yeah, I did. I did watch it last week.
Like some of the it's weird because there's some of the scenes in that opening big fight scene looked some of the CG visual effect shots
Yeah,
looked unfinished and looked
yeah.
terrible looked like late 90s, early aughts, like sci-fi channel effects. And then some of the visuals look good.
Mhm.
Like the prophets and the scene where they're walking through the base where
Yeah.
the Spartans, that actually looked good. So I don't get and that show costs $10 million an episode, and
Mhm.
the first season costs almost $100 million. So
Yeah.
I don't know where they're putting the money in that show.
Exactly, because in comparison, this show had a better CGI than Halo did. Marvin, I love how we get this his POV and not anyone else. It's like being played through his eyes. And let's go with
Interesting.
stars. I don't like the new promotion strategy of Marvel. They release tons of clips. And I kind of agree with Siddharth on that
Did
part.
they release too much before the show? Maybe.
Well, I think they were promoting it differently than what the show first episode actually shows.
I need more context for Moon Knight. Ultron, can you be a little more specific? What context are you looking for? Where Thor: Love and Thunder trailer? That's a good question.
I know. Curious about that one.
Maybe we'll get that with when Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness comes out.
Yeah.
When
Can
does
we all
Thor: Love
agree?
and
What happened?
uh, Okay, so Thor: Love and Thunder is in July, so we should be
Yeah.
getting something soon.
Yeah,
You
it
would
should be
think.
sometime within the next couple weeks.
Okay.
But the way Marvel's going, I wouldn't be surprised if it's ahead of Doctor Strange.
Mm.
Marvin, can we all agree Moon Knight is a hard actor to play and
Character.
character to play, and Oscar Isaac has done a pretty good job. I agree with Marvin.
Yes, but I don't know. There was too much Stephen Grant for me in this episode.
It feels like we are just as confused as Oscar Isaac. I like the POV through his eyes.
See, I like that. I like
Mhm,
that idea. I just don't like how it was written and executed. Like I like
mhm.
that the show is trying to make the audience feel like Stephen Grant. Like that I like.
Yeah, and I think Marvin's right on point on that because I do like because you do feel that confusion in this
And
episode.
and even though I have a lot of problems with the series, I think maybe I don't want to impose my views on other fans and viewers. Like I think maybe people because a lot of people who saw the show did
Mhm,
like the show, people who
mhm.
saw it early, and maybe they're gonna feel a lot like Marvin and some of the viewers in our chat
Yeah,
who they're gonna see it the same way and they're gonna enjoy Oscar Isaac's performance the same way.
yeah. Yeah,
So
but also too, let's
don't
be honest
okay.
about people who saw it early. A lot of those people who saw it early were Disney are Disney shills who will
All
say
right.
about
I don't I
good
think
or
that
bad.
gets
I love it.
listen, Mike, I think that gets thrown around too much. I want to be open-minded even though I had problems with
Mhm.
the show. I don't want to impose my view on other people and if other people are enjoying it, I don't want to take that away from them
Yeah,
either, you know?
yeah, but that's why because you're a true journalist and you're a true reviewer, where a lot of people just want free shit.
Well, the other thing is
You're biased, though.
I think there's a problem right now where we're taking things a bit too seriously and we're attaching our identity to these projects
Mhm.
so much so that if other people don't like them it's like we get offended and I don't want to be that type of viewer. I want to have discussions with people and I want to and even if I dislike something I want to have discussion an open and honest discussion with people and enjoy that discussion and not get into name calling and all that other
Yeah,
gobbledygook.
yeah. Marvin, who wrote Moon Knight? Is he slash she a good writer?
Jeremy Slater. Now, let me tell you, Jeremy Slater was one of the writers of the 2015 Fantastic Four movies, and that movie I hate.
Oh yeah.
Now granted, you know, I don't think he was the only writer of that movie, and that show had a lot of that movie had a lot of problems and, you know, directing issues. And I think there were other, like Simon Kinberg also worked on that script, and Josh Trank, who directed the movie, also worked it. So he wasn't the only writer on that film. Let's see what else he's done. Death Note. I did not like the live action Death Note movie. Sorry. The Exorcist TV series. He worked on the Umbrella Academy for Netflix. The upcoming Wile E. Coyote movie that recently got announced, and apparently he's working on Mortal Kombat 2. That's just an overview of his IMDb page.
Exorcist, the TV series, wasn't bad.
Okay.
It was okay.
So, I mean, I got to be honest. I know Umbrella Academy is very popular and has a lot of fans.
Yeah.
Man, I hated the Death Note movie, and I'm a big fan of Death Note.
Yeah.
But
yeah, so Darth Moon Knight should at least be better than WandaVision and Hawkeye. I agree with you on that one. I'm hoping that's the way
I agree that it should be, but based on what I've seen so far, it's not even better than Hawkeye.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Later the Spider. What did he say, Jeffrey?
Yeah, I agree with you, Mike.
There you go. Well, because
what did I do? What did I do?
Nothing. You did nothing. I was just stating the fact from what I've seen.
I just want us to be. I want us to be just a little more open-minded, and I want open dialogue with each other. And I want to. I'm not saying I've never been guilty of it, but I want to like cut down on the name calling and the real just. Sometimes I just think I want to have open dialogue and discussions without the, you know.
Yeah.
I don't want to say the word, but like toxicity.
Yeah.
And you know, let's discuss things and have without yelling at each other.
And see, that's the thing. We see it with open eyes. We see it for what it's worth, for what it is. If Disney sees this and likes it, great. If they don't like it, well, hey, you don't like it. Well, this is our opinions, and this is what we think, and we want to try and like give honest opinions.
Now, like the Book of Boba Fett, toward the end of the season, there was a lot of negativity for that show, but I think even though I had some issues with how they ran that season, I generally liked how it finished, and I liked the season. Yeah. Who's the villain of Moon Knight? So that's Ethan Hawke as Arthur Harrow. What did you think? What did you think of Ethan Hawke's performance?
It's interesting. I like the way he's playing it.
He's like a cult leader.
Yeah,
but he actually has. He's a cult leader, but he actually has supernatural powers to some degree.
Yeah. I like to see. I want to see how that character goes as the season goes along. Are we getting more new Moon Knight next episode, like him in the costume?
That's the thing. We only got a little bit, a tiny little bit this episode, but this was a first episode.
Yeah.
I won't say one way or the other. You're gonna have to keep watching.
Yeah. So Slater the Spire, some fandoms have been toxic to each other. Yes. And Disney fandoms have been very. Go to the Disney parks and you see it a lot just walking around. Hence the reason why I don't have an annual pass there anymore. Wanda fans are the worst, so toxic. I agree.
I liked WandaVision.
I like some of it. It wasn't bad. It was just the editing that kind of screwed up everything for me. Also, Batman and DC fans are mean. Yeah, that could be. I've met a couple of those too.
Snyder fan. Oh.
You go.
I don't want to do that right now.
Siddharth Villains, what is your opinion on rumors of Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness? You can take that one.
Some of what I've seen and read sounds interesting. I try to kind of steer clear a lot of those rumors. I saw a lot of rumors about Moon Knight that I don't really. And look, we saw the trailer for Multiverse of Madness, and the trailer has a pretty obvious giveaway. So I don't know how I feel about what we heard in the trailer. I'm trying to keep an open mind. Now, here's the other thing. I don't really like the multiverse concept.
Mhm.
I like Spider-Man No Way Home, but I think the multiverse concept is just going to cause a lot of is going to be more trouble than it's worth.
Mhm. Well, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, I like what I'm seeing already on the trailer. Rumors, I'm trying to stay away from them, but you can't stay away from them 100%. But I just take them with a grain of salt. I really do.
I try to avoid the rumors in general and just
Mhm.
try to stay out of that.
You
Ethan
know,
Hawke is great, so mysterious. So Marvin is enjoying Ethan Hawke
yeah.
as
Ultron,
Arthur Darrow.
Ultron, Jeffrey, be careful coming at.
Be-
Oh,
I
here
will
we go.
try. I will try.
Snyder fans, they are the worst. Laugh out loud.
Thank you.
Yeah, they are. They very much are. Siddharth, Tom Cruise as Iron Man.
I don't know what you're talking about, Siddharth.
Well,
Marvin Zeke,
that's one of the
Multiverse of
rumors I'm
Madness.
just kind of like trying to figure out.
To me, for X-Men, I want to see the X-Men come into the MCU in their own way. I don't want to see variants in multiverse X-Men. I want to see the MCU X-Men. That's what I want. Brand new.
Mhm.
I don't want to see I'm leave the old stuff behind. Leave it in
Yeah,
the past where it
exactly.
belongs. To me, the X-Men movies, they were good for their time, but they have not aged well. They just haven't. I'm sorry.
I was a big fan of the X-Men series, Fox X-Men series until the last one. The last one kind of
I
just
think the first one had its strong points. I thought at
Mhm,
the time I really liked X2. I thought X3 was a disaster.
mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
and then they did the period pieces, and then it got all out of whack to me. But whatever. Deadpool maybe. Well, apparently they're doing Deadpool 3, but
Yep.
Deadpool 3, even Deadpool was so far removed from the other Fox X-Men films
Mhm.
that it's not even really a big deal.
Yeah.
Plus,
Hey,
Deadpool's like a fourth wall breaking character, so you can be like, "Oh, I'm in the MCU now. Hey, everybody, who cares? It doesn't matter."
which could be very funny when you think about
Yeah,
it.
it
I think
makes
it's gonna be
sense.
interesting.
Deadpool is so wacky and weird. You can do that. He's the one character I think you could do it and get away with it, and it's just not a big deal.
Yeah, what do you think if are they gonna keep it like that? Are they gonna keep it the
What do
way
you
it's
mean?
been, like with that R rating?
Well, look. Um, we I think this is where we left off earlier, but before we get back to the comments, like,
Mm,
so Disney Plus, they added the TVMA things, and they're going to add R-rated stuff now, right?
yeah.
So to me, that's a smart move.
Mhm,
If you want Disney Plus to be your destination streaming service, you can't have content restrictions. Netflix does not have content restrictions. Paramount Plus does not have content restrictions.
mhm,
HBO Max does not have content restrictions.
mhm.
So you're going to have to get over that.
Yeah.
Um you don't have I mean Deadpool, that is what it's a proven brand and it's
Mm,
proven success. So you can release an R-rated Deadpool and it will do well.
mm,
It's already proven. Even Fox did not, even for Fox, something like Deadpool was pretty radical at the
mm,
time, and people were wondering if they would even release Deadpool with an R rating.
mm,
So I think they should, and once again, if they're adding the Netflix shows, which are TVMA, which is an R-rated level for TV, and they're unedited, there shouldn't be a problem as long as the parental blocks and controls are in there. What's
yeah,
the big deal?
exactly. But you know how some parents are when it comes to Disney stuff with the name Disney on it.
Well, I mean, look, if you, I mean, that cat's already out of the bag because the
Yeah.
Netflix shows are on there. You could have put them on Hulu, but
Yeah,
they didn't. They put them on Disney Plus.
exactly. Exactly. Marvin, I want to see new actors in big roles, not old actors.
Thank you, Marvin.
Yeah, I agree with that one completely.
Marvin and I are on the same page.
Later, Deadpool won't be an MOM.
I haven't heard that, but we'll see, I guess.
I'm thinking he's not, but some people spotted Deadpool in the poster.
Is this like spotting Venom in the eye for Spider-Man 3? I remember that was the discussion on the message boards back in the day.
Yep. Later, I don't think he was in the poster. I don't think so either, but that's me because I didn't see what that we're seeing. Marvin, Disney Plus is my go-to service, and HBO Max. I agree because winning time, winning time, the Lakers series is actually pretty good. I like watching that every week. It's been pretty good. Can we talk about Oscars and what y'all thought about the winners and losers?
I didn't watch the Oscars.
I did watch the Oscars, and Best Picture, yeah, definitely. I wasn't shocked at all. Will Smith as winning for King Richard. I thought he was good, but I didn't think he was that level.
You want to hear? I'll tell you all. Here are my 3 favorite movies of 2021: Demon Slayer, Mugen Train, Belfast, and Dune Part 1.
Yeah,
those were my 3 favorite movies of last year.
Yeah, and Dune did pick up a lot of awards on Sunday.
None of the big ones though.
None of the big ones, but the technical awards they won.
Yeah,
and then also too, there's going to be a part 2, so
yeah,
you may wait and give them to them.
Yeah, do the Lord of the Rings thing.
Exactly. So Darth, anyone excited for Stranger Things season 4? I actually am. Looks pretty good, and it starts next month, doesn't it?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I haven't been following too much of Stranger Things because there's so much else.
The only thing that sucks about the Netflix series is that they release everything, and you can't it makes it hard to do a show like this every week.
Right. But I got to be honest, I think some shows work better with the binge format than the weekly format.
Yeah.
Now, let me know what you think on this, Mike. Do you think Book of Boba Fett would have been better binging the season or weekly releases? Because I think if they released all those episodes at once, I think the show would have been received a lot better. Yeah. Or if they did 2 episodes up front, because I think we talked about just how the first episode was kind of abrupt and short. But what do you think?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think if they would have binged it would have been different, especially on the run. Like something like Moon Knight. I like the episodics, and Marvel does a good job when it comes to the episodics.
Even Peacemaker, Peacemaker.
Mm-hmm.
8 episode season, but they released what? They did 3 episodes up front, didn't they?
Yeah, 3 episodes up front, and then they released 1 a week.
I like that too. And I think Book of Boba Fett really could have used something like that to give people a better feeling of the show.
Yeah.
And I think some shows are good weekly. Some shows I think are better binge for the season.
Exactly. Let's go back to the comments. Later, yes, I don't think Will Smith deserved the best actor.
I would have given it to Jamie Dornan.
Yeah, same here. Marvin Zeke, yes, Jeffrey, new actors. Yep. I agree. So Darth, HBO Max is still not available in my country. Are you serious? Comment what country are you in, because that's interesting.
You want to know what? I don't think it's a coincidence that the Netflix shows got announced for Disney Plus right after the numbers came in. Remember, Peacemaker did those huge numbers on HBO Max?
Yeah.
I don't think that was the only reason they made that decision, but once again, you can't have, if you're trying to make a big streaming service that you want everyone to subscribe to, across the globe, you can't have content restrictions. HBO Max does not have that. They have kids and family stuff on there. They have adult stuff on there. It's just, Disney has released R-rated movies before. They just did them with different subsidiaries like Touchstone or Regency or whatever. Not Regency. Miramax back in the day. Yeah.
Marvin, Dune should have won best picture of the year. Yes. I agree. I really like Dune. Denis Villeneuve was not even nominated for best director. So much hate. The Academy is a joke sometimes. Yeah, sometimes Well, it's all about advertising and how much a studio pays to advertise, and
I
sometimes
don't
that's the way it works.
I don't get it.
Yeah, so Darth, Netflix is now releasing series in 2 volumes, not everything all together, and that is true. I do like that. Spaces it out so that I don't have to waste so much.
I think that's fine. But in terms of pacing, sometimes I think getting that full season works better than dropping them weekly.
Yeah, and for I would say let's do this as a last comment for tonight, since we have somebody has to wake up early tomorrow to go watch.
You have to wake up in less than 8 hours.
4 hours
You
in
gotta
4 hours, 5 hours.
get some breakfast, get a run on the some cardio in, get some
Yeah,
treadmill.
and 2 hours of sitting on my ass in traffic. Yeah. Here, Slater the Spider, Mike and Jeffrey. If you guys had to pick Marvel or Star Wars, which one is better in your opinion?
Ugh. Slater, do you mean in terms of TV movies or like everything? Like comics, products?
Movies.
Yeah, like
Mm,
can we qual
yeah.
It's
Here we
tough.
go. Hopefully next week we can see more of Moon Knight. Overall rating for this episode 6 out of 10. As soon as Slater replies with more clarification, we'll
Marvin,
get.
I agree. I would also give this episode 6 out of 10.
I agree with Marvin as well, which is
That's kind of low. That's kind of low though, Mike.
yeah, yeah.
That's kind of
Little
like a
shady
marginal
face.
that's like to me that's a 6 out of 10 is like a marginal fresh
Yeah,
on
8
Rotten
out of 10 for
Tomatoes.
Slater,
Okay.
which
Okay,
is good.
thank you,
Yeah.
Slater. I guess just from it's tough because like I grew up with both Star Wars and Marvel,
Mhm.
but I guess just in terms of the variety of characters and the design, designs, iconography, because I love iconography, I
Mhm.
love costumes, and I love. I guess I would go with Marvel.
Yeah. Well, with me being 47, I Star Wars was my thing
So
growing
there
up.
you go. And there's
You know,
nothing wrong
so
with
it's
that.
but over the years and over time, since we didn't get Star Wars for since I was in
Okay.
'83 through I didn't get to see a new Star Wars film till I was already in college. It was just kind of like you kind of
Mm,
it was always a big thing, but it just never eventually Marvel took over because of I like the storytelling. But now with Star Wars being more television based, which I always thought Star Wars would be awesome with television on a television format. I'm really enjoying a lot of the Star Wars product when it comes to television.
okay, and that's totally cool. Ultron. So
Put it out
Ultron's
of
5
10
out of
for
10. So we
Ultron.
have quite a few different views here.
Yeah. You guys are the best. Seriously, I look up to you guys. Thank you for doing weekly watch parties. Marvin, thank you for always coming in. We really appreciate it. We're gonna have more. I
Yeah.
mean, we got Obi-Wan coming up.
Yeah, we're gonna be
We have Miss
so we're gonna be
Marvel.
finishing out this season and then Kenobi.
Yeah,
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
exactly. And that's the one I'm really looking forward to is Obi-Wan Kenobi. Jeffrey, are you doing a Sonic the Hedgehog review?
Yes, I'm seeing Sonic the Hedgehog on Saturday, and I will be doing an early review for next week. You can look for that at 411mania.com.
Yeah. And I'm looking forward to the Superman interviews and upcoming for the WonderCon. I'm excited for that because I actually watch that show every week. I watched it just tonight and it was really good. And I'm looking forward to talking with the cast about it. And Slater, good night, guys. Good night, Slater. We're gonna call it because tomorrow I have a screening of a Sony picture that's coming out in a couple days. I think we could talk about it or
There,
by
it's that.
if Sony was ever to see it, it's Morbius. I'm gonna
It's
go
coming
see
out on Friday. Who
exactly.
cares?
I'm gonna go see Morbius. We're talking to one of the cast immediately after the film the movie's over, about a half hour to 45 minutes afterwards, and we're gonna put up the videos. And we got a bunch of other great interviews this week, so it's gonna be really cool. Jeffrey, where could they find you at?
Okay, so you can follow me on Twitter at Wheeljack83. You can check out my reviews and interviews at 411mania.com. And on Rotten Tomatoes, I'm Jeffrey Harris. Once again, it is me, the J to the E to the double F free. Thank you once again for having me, Mike. Thank you all
Always.
to the viewers and guys in the comments in the chat
Yeah.
who've been having fun with us tonight. I really appreciate it. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah. And you know where to find me here on MUSE TV, Muse Mike. And we have some lot of great stuff. Don't forget Monday, Hey Han with Hannah Fletcher comes out every Monday at 3 o'clock. We have Sound and Vision, which is going to be starting production very soon. A new food show called Crave that's going to be premiering sometime in the summer. In addition to, we're going to start shooting season 2 of Hey Han in June, so after we can hopefully have that out by August. So and Ultron, yes, hopefully Morbius is good, because if I'm waking up this early to go see a movie, it better be good. But thank you everybody for watching, really appreciate it. We'll be back next week, same time, 11:30 Tuesday night. And yeah, take a look at Muse TV. We got a lot of great stuff on it. And also, if you have Roku or Amazon Fire TV, you could with these live streams, you can watch on Amazon Fire TV. We're still working on the Roku Live, trying to do a Roku Live pretty soon. And yeah, stay tuned for more. And we'll see you next week here on the Moon Knight Watch Party and After Show. Good night, everyone.